What is up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, and this is another coaching session VOD review. As always, if you are looking to get coached, check out my Metafy. The link is in the description down below. You can do live sessions where I actually hop on a call and talk together, or VOD reviews where you send me a video and I go over it, just exactly what we're doing here. You get 10% off of your Twitch sub, another 10% off if you buy more than one session, and I also have these training plans, which are big bundles of sessions. And this is actually part of my fundamentals training plan. So I already did the first part, which is a live review with the student, and then now we are going to do some VOD reviews after we have sort of talked about the fundamentals of TFT, how I think TFT should be played. We're going to go over some VODs. So yeah, let's get right into it. And also, this is a Platinum player. We look for Giant Spelt Vlad here, which I think is great. I love a Giant Spelt start on this patch, personally. So that looks good. Oh, you have the sick arena. Oh my god. This arena is so cool. That chest. Like, it's just so nice. And there's no audio for this, which is probably for the best. Alright. Giant Spelt Glove start. I don't really love Glove here. I'll buy the Heimerdinger pair, personally. Could potentially be, yeah, some kind of, like, Cannoneers game plan. So I don't dislike holding the Tom Kench here. I wouldn't have sold the Vlad immediately, but it's a very small optimization. That looks like a Morello's to me, but we'll see what we get. Tom Kench pair, Heimer pair. Okay. I'm down to just chill on this board for a sec. There's also the Karma pair, which you could make the argument to hold because we have the Morellos, but I think this is fine for now. Where's the glove? Am I crazy? Didn't we have like a glove? Oh, it's under the Giant Spell, huh? Is that what that was that I just saw? Okay, yeah, it's under the Giant. I'm like, what? Didn't we have a... I thought I was going crazy. All right. So yeah, the glove's under the Giant Spell. That's like, yeah, okay. So yeah. We had an Alawi pair. I'm not the biggest fan. Yeah, I'm down to sell one and buy out our shop. I mean, the Karma pair is pretty nice. All right. So first big decision. I don't love preparation. Preparation, I feel like, kind of locks you into playing a reroll comp. And I don't really love Ancient Archives 1. If you high roll something like a Revel Spat, it can be really good, but if you don't, then it's kind of bad. So then the last option is Blue Battery. Blue Battery is great on Karma. And I would imagine in the Jade comp overall, it's like not the most strong. I'm interested in actually looking at stats. And if you want to check out stats, go to Augments here and look up Blue Battery here. And then you can see its placement on the Jade comp. Looks like it's actually quite good. 3.8 when the average comp averages 4.18 is quite good. So I'm down to just take Blue Battery here. I mean, it makes sense with our opener. With the Karmas, we can just play Karma with Morellos with Blue Battery and just farm people. And then late game looks like it performs pretty well in Jade. So I'm totally fine with picking Blue Battery here, personally. Think it makes sense with our spot. We reroll. I would just take Electro Charge here, personally. Mage Crest is okay, but I don't really like playing mages that much. Okay, Electro. And oh my god. What a opener. Okay, I would play a Tristana here so that we can start farming up the Namzi. I don't really like feel that bad about the fact that we're going to like lose streak. You just play the Tristana to start farming Namzi. You can even play Trist and maybe level here. So it's 4 gold to buy both Trists. So we can't actually... I mean, you could sell the Alawi, but then you don't have Bruiser in. I would play Trist plus Heimerdinger in here and start farming up Namzi stacks. So, yeah. And then you can actually slam Morellos on Tom Kench. It's not that bad. Like a totally fine hold the early game in this Tristana comp, so I would do that. But I mean, this looked to me like a Tristana game, right? Because we have a Trist pair in shop, we have a Heimer pair, we have a Senna in shop. I would absolutely buy this Trist pair every time. Please buy it. Oh, it looks like we're not going to buy it. It's so good here, though. Like, it can just be a Cannoneers game with Electro Charge. People love mages, huh? Because this to me looks like you're trying to angle to play mages. I don't get why people love mages so much. I don't think they're that good. Like, this can be a super free Tristana game. And just play into Cannoneers, right? But instead we're opting for... I'm not really sure. I guess we'll see. Yeah. Can't kill a unit here? That's rough. Yeah. Level 4. Hit Karma 2, hit Vlad 2. We could just play a board that's just a mishmash of 2 stars, yeah. Not so bad. But I would have, like, especially... I wish we hadn't slammed this Giant Spell so that we could build Morellos on Karma, right? Okay. So, like, maybe we're going to play a mage game? I guess we'll see. But I really like Morellos on this patch, so I would personally just slam that. on Karma, though. We can't do it now because we slam the Giant Spell on Alawi. Yeah. And I would even hold, like, if we're not going to play Cannoneers, which, like, if we were going to play Cannoneers, we should have just been playing Tristana this entire time to start stacking Namzi because it's really important for Cannoneers. If we're not going to play Cannoneers, then I would just hold Skarner here so that we can get Astral in and play around mages. So yeah, I'm interested to see what you take here. I would just take Sunfire is really good. Yeah, looks good to me. If we'd Samarellas, we could have taken something like a Hodge, and then we could play like a pretty straightforward Cannoneers game. But from this spot, Sunfire makes the most sense. And we got it on a 3 cost, right? So that's nice. Another Tristana. You sure? You sure you don't want to play Cannoneers? It'd be pretty lit. I'm down to just double level for Trist plus Senna here. And cut like I would personally, it's not your strongest board to play Tristana over like Karma here, but it is really important for late game if you want. But it looks like we're just not interested in playing trainers here, so that's okay. Close fight, but looks like we win this, right? I mean, their Sunfire board is gone. Yeah, it's not even that close actually. Okay, and another trainer. That's hilarious. I mean, we'll just make 20 here if we're not going to play around the trainers. I guess you could potentially play around Swain here. We don't have any Dragon Mancers right now, but I mean, this is a Swain pair. Like, for Swain items, these items could become Gwinsus plus Quicksilver. So, not a crazy idea to play around Swain here. It means we'd have to, you know, like hold this Swain pair, which is going to cost us Econ. We do need to figure out like what our game plan is going to be. That's the biggest thing. Like a 3 streak and 20 gold is not bad. We do need to like have a team comp at some point, because right now this is just a mishmash of 2 stars, which is nice for playing your strongest board, but we do have to play something that kind of like gets us to our late game plan. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Yeah, sell the Vlad, that works. And I'm even down to hold the Tarek pair. I agree with that. Another Chain Vest, a bow. We hit Tarek too. I mean, okay. I'm down to early level here and get in Jade. That seems pretty nice. And as far as item slams here, I mean, like, it could still be a Jade game, right? We could just slam Titans. I mean, even Titans JG doesn't sound bad to me, especially because we want to keep our win streak. The other option is like Shroud Gwinsus, which sounds awful, or like Locket Last Whisper, which also sounds awful. So I personally am down to just play for streak here, build Tarek 2, build by Gnar, double level here, well, you know, just level up here, put in Tarek, and then cut a unit for Gnar. Probably, is Vlad or Heimer weaker here? I mean, I think Vlad is weaker here because we don't really need the front line. That's what I would do. Just because we can play for streak here, slam our items, be in a good spot. And yeah, like it's definitely Gnar over Vlad here, right? I mean, it's 1-star versus 2-star, but getting in Jade is pretty big. And then if we're gonna play for streak here by leveling here, I think we do have to slam our items. Because like we're kind of going in 2 directions with this, right? We're early leveling to try to play for streak, but then we're not slamming our items, so our board's actually like much weaker than it actually should be if we slam items. Like, I feel like this fight, if we play Gnar and slam items, is quite easy, but because we don't slam items and we don't play the Gnar, it's actually quite difficult. Gadget Expert's not so bad, though I don't know what comp we're actually gonna end up playing. We're scouting a lot, Mage player. I mean, Thrill is actually like really good if we end up playing a Jade comp, so that's something. Okay, but I mean, it's a good, like it's probably spikes our board the hardest. Okay, get in Mage. It's interesting that we like see getting in Mage here and playing around the Lilia, but we didn't see the Jade angle. Because I don't think Mage is, like, I don't think this board is necessarily even stronger. I mean, I guess we have the 2-2-stars. It might be stronger than the Jade board, but I mean, Jade was definitely stronger last round because we couldn't get in Mages. But okay. I mean, the Mages are strong with Static Shift, but people just love Mages, man. Yeah, okay, so that's what I was saying. Like, I don't understand people's love for Mages. I'm fine making 40 here if we win, even though, you know, obviously we're leaving this Shen pair behind. It's not like we're going to play Shen pair in most late game versions of the board. Pretty good positioning, right? The Sona ult's going to be a little bit sad. Going to hit so many units. Okay, yeah, not even that close of a fight. We got wrecked. And so now we hold the Shen pair, right? Because we lost. So it's not like we're making 40 anyway. Yeah, I would hold the Shen pair there, personally. Just because it's free. Okay, so we have JJ Titan slammed. I mean, this to me looks like a, let's see, cloak? Not bad. I mean, if I was playing towards Jade, I would just take the Nico here because it's a Nico. I mean, the cloak can become BT or even like QSS, though it's not the best item. I mean, I'm down to play this into a Jade spot. It looks like we're trying to play around mages, which I'm interested to see what we do with this cloak then if we're playing around mages. I guess we'll see. Or, I mean, there's no way we took the Corki for Corki's sake, right? Because it seems like you're really, maybe just like not comfortable around playing around Cannoneers, which I think it's one of the stronger comps this patch. So I would definitely learn that comp if you are looking to learn more comps. So I know, like, I definitely think, like, the more of a beginner you are to TFT, the harder it is to like learn infinite comps, and I would just focus on a few comps. So like if you just aren't comfortable playing around Cannoneers, that's, you know, understandable. Do we want to play like Guardian over Shen here? I think yeah, right? Like, let's play Guardian over Shen here, just because he's not really doing anything for our comp. And he's not 2-starred. So yeah, we could just put the Thresh in over Shen here, and our board would be a bit stronger. There is this person who's like definitely playing Jade, so he would be at least contested by 1 if we ended up playing Jade this game. But I mean, our augments, I mean, they definitely point toward mages. The nice thing with like Gadget Expert and Electrocharge is that the static shift synergizes really well with Electrocharge, right? Reducing the MR and then zapping, that was really good. Gold plus Duplicator. We're level 7, 56 gold, or level 6, 56 gold. 54 HP. I mean, we probably don't just fast 8 it here, but you could almost make the argument that you could we're just going to be so poor if we try to fast 8 from here. Nah. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I mean, Tirasana's not a strong item holder. We're at 54 HP. So we can't really play for... And getting Trainer in at stage 4 isn't the best. So yeah. Not a fan of this. And we can slam Titans here. It's fine. Or not Titans. Gargoyles would be fine. Yeah. I guess we'll see. I guess my biggest question is just what board are you playing late game? What board are you trying to play late game from here? Because we should have a late game plan. Like no matter what. Yeah. Like, in this game, I'm not exactly seeing what our late game plan is. Getting Relics, Cyber Shell. I don't really like Makeshift that much, and we already have a Sunfire slammed. I think Cyber Shell's fine. I don't think we can sack 2 more rounds, personally. I think we're gonna die if we sack 2 more rounds, so if anything, I would go 8 here and roll, but I mean, I probably would have rolled at 7 in the previous round, but we're gonna try to sack 2. I just feel like we're gonna die. Like, this board is quite weak. So personally, I would have rolled at 7, but if we're gonna sack around, then okay, then we can roll at 8 here. But it's not the worst loss. It's 3 and a loss. That's really good for us. 32. But yeah, I mean, you can go 8. You could go 8 here. I would have preferred rolling at 7 in the previous round. Yeah, looks like we're just gonna go fast 8 and then just try to pivot our board. I mean, best case scenario, we hit, you know, like 2 Shivanas, and then we just pivot our items to Shivana. So like an Archangel's off Carousel, maybe, with the JG. And then we're chilling. This is not the best loss. I mean, 4 units ahead, not so bad. 19 HP. Yeah, we're playing it very close, which is scary, but we'll see what we can do. This also puts a lot of stress on you to make this pivot. Yasuo with Tyr is really good, huh? Because you can build blue buff Yasuo, and it's really, like, that's a really strong item on Yasuo, and Yasuo's just a really good unit in general. You have her glove here for, like, Hodge, I guess? I'd personally just take the blue buff Yasuo here. It's going to help cap out your board really strong. And you could potentially hit, like, a Yasuo 2 here, and then have, like, Titans blue buff Yasuo. And that would be really good. Yeah, we'll see what we hit on the roll down. Yeah, there's so much stress on you on this roll down, which I think is unnecessary. Okay. I guess maybe it's a Siphon game? We can Nico's the Siphon and move Titans. Okay, we roll over the Siphon. So I'm interested what we're actually looking for here. I don't really like Xayah. Looks like we're trying to play some kind of Xayah board, but we don't really have Xayah items. Deja, maybe? Nico? Xayah? Go to? I mean, I wouldn't have hated Siphon from this spot. It almost looks like we're trying to pivot into like a Corki Siphon comp. Then we have like the Nico as well. We didn't get any 5 costs on that roll down, which is kind of insane, huh? But, I mean, we still wouldn't have been able to Nico's. Okay. One more loss, but we're alive at 3. Maybe we can take some gold here. Winsu. I mean, it's not bad, actually. If we're trying to play on Siphon. But if we were trying to play on Siphon, we could have just made Siphon too with the Nico's. Okay. Hodge, and then like a Gwinsu's last. Then we look to get in Whispers. Like we roll it down for a Siphon board here. Well, we should definitely pick up the Silas's if we're potentially playing for a Siphon board. I think we're not flexible to a lot of outs here that we could end up playing. Like, there's a lot of good comps that we could have played with the units that we end up rolling over. Because, yeah, I don't think this board ends up really being much. Like, I'm sure we lose this fight, right? Unless their board is that weak. It's a set 3 board. Wait, they're playing set 3 with Deja? Okay, I don't know what the fuck their board is. Maybe we can... No, we can't beat this. Okay, and then we're just edge. Interesting game. Okay. I think the biggest thing that I'm getting from this game is just not really having a late game plan. Like, you're trying to do this like flex roll down thing, which is really like good. But we do kind of have to pick a comp at some point. And like, I also think we should have just stabilized at level 7 this game. I don't think this is a game where you can stack and go 8. You have to look at your HP and your board state and your gold. And like, our HP is quite low. Our board is really weak, and we don't even have that much gold. Like, if we had like 30 more gold, I'm down to sack 4-1 and then just go level 8 at 4-2. And like, you could even make the argument to go 8 here, but it's really, really, like, you have 20 gold to roll down, which is not very much. Like, we can buy a Siphon 2 and that's it if we hit it in 2 rolls with the Nikos, right? So yeah, I think we need to work on like stabilizing, just like stabilizing the board at 4-1. I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with, myself included sometimes, is just the fast 8 mentality. But you have to be stable on 7 to go 8 in most scenarios, right? If you had enough gold to really, really stabilize on 8, then you can do this. But I think for the majority of players, it's really, really beneficial to just roll it down on 7, because, yeah, it's just going to be, I mean, not every game, right? You don't roll out all your gold on 7, but to stabilize on 7 instead of going fast 8, because our board is not stable right now. This is a concept that I use as sort of just a I don't know, like a frame of reference for like when you need to roll at 7. You can count the gold value of your board, and it gives you a very, very rough estimate of how strong your board is. I try to make my board worth at least 30 gold at 4-1, if I'm not going like fast 8, but I don't think we can go fast 8 this game. And so if we count the gold value of our board here, it's 6, 10, 12, 14, 17, 20. So I would say we're 10 gold off of this board being strong enough to live through stage 4. So I would absolutely roll it down here. I also think we play like this is weaker, right? Playing Tristana here, and we stack up Trainer, but for what reason? Our items also are a little bit like, these items really only point a few directions. It's either like AP carry plus Yasuo. You could put the Titans on Yasuo, right? And then have an AP carry with GG. It's also like Jade, right? Jade makes perfect sense here, right? You put the JG on Anivia, and then you put the Titans on Shioyu. And those are the only 2 spots I see. I don't really see the pivot to Siphon working that well. We could have made it, right? It's probably the best pivot we could have made rolling at 8. But I would honestly just roll it down here and try to find a real board to play. Best case scenario, we hit 2 dragons, we just Nico it, and we make like a Siphon 2, put the Titans there, or a Shioyu 2, put the Titans there, or even like a Deja 2, put the JG there, put Titans on frontline. But yeah, I think the biggest issue I'm seeing this game is it's too flex, which is a pitfall that I've fallen into. If you are one of the best players in North America, or in the world at TFT, you can do this full flex style where you're just slamming items, and you're just gonna roll it down at level 7 or 8 and just find your board magically. But like most players, myself like absolutely included, like you cannot play like perfect full flex. I'm just gonna slam items and find my comp later. I mean, even people who play like full flex, they have an idea of what comp they're gonna play, but then they might just see a unit and like pivot to that comp basically. But like this version, where it seems like we don't really have a plan for what our late game board is going to become, makes it very hard. I think, like especially when you're starting out, seeing something like the double Tristana shop and just saying, okay, this game I'm probably going to play trainers, makes your game plan like 10 times easier. And for your growth as a player, I do want you to play flex, because playing flex is really important. And I mean, like, I think you can definitely, what you can do is basically have a game plan, but still flex into other game plans if you hit them. The problem this game is I don't see us having much of a game plan. Like, we slam items kind of haphazardly. We pick augments that I don't really, like, they could kind of make sense, but I don't think it really, like, it gives us a clear direction toward any kind of comp. And then, like, putting in these units is also kind of, like putting in 3 trainer here, I don't really see the benefit to that for our late game plan. Also, if we want to play full flex, you should always be playing strongest board. And there's some spots where I think we could have definitely played a stronger board. Like playing a Guardian here over the Shen earlier, and we could have played the Gnar board. That's another thing. Like if you want to play full flex, you have to be playing strongest board at all times, because you want to just play for win streak, and then just go fast 8 and find a board. But if you're not really playing for win streak because we can't play strongest board, then that's difficult as well. So I would, I mean, I called out basically all the times in this game where I could see us not actually playing strongest board. There might even be some, I mean, I'm sure there's some that I missed, just because, I'm going through the game on 2 times speed and talking about a bunch of other stuff as well. But, I mean, the biggest suggestion I have is to not play this flexibly and to play with a late game comp in mind. And maybe you did, and I just couldn't see it, but I don't really see what late game comp we have in mind here. And when we're rolling down at 8, it definitely seems like, we pass up a Siphon too, which is a comp that I could see us playing. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than what our board ends up being, which is just Siphon 1 plus a bunch of other random stuff. That doesn't make that much of a board. But yeah, I mean, I think you just got really, like in TFT we say dizzy, just really dizzy this game with like a lot of different options rolling at 8, which I think makes sense. I think to ground yourself, always have some kind of plan, and then you can flex if you hit something really good. Right? You can say, okay, I'm going to play Corki this game, and then if, you get a shop that has 2 Aushins in it and you can flex to Aushin, then that's great, But I would always have a late game plan in mind. Also, this arena is pretty sick. All right. But yeah, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope everyone on YouTube enjoyed the review as well. As always, if you're interested in coaching, check out my Metafy, and I will catch you guys, and link is in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.